4 out of the 6 players dodged. That's some national pride right there.
Well, Netherlands are representing here first up on stream. It is going to be Veloce in the blue and Method in the orange. I love it when the teams get their sort of home colors face. It just fits in and makes it nicer for us.
It makes it way better. Sometimes they don't, and it's like a little bit confusing. But this time Method is in the orange, but they're also trying to find a chance. They're trying to be aggressive, but until now Veloce has been amazing in the defense.
Yeah, and we're expecting Veloce to be riding the high after 2 wins today. Method, unfortunately receiving a loss. They can correct that here. Great block from Burrito B as he sends off to the side. Ocelon wanting to chase onto this. Nice little pop by Freaky. Rex Ronde will get demoed after his works to put this to the corner, putting that pressure on Burrito B. Follows through Freaky. Beaten by Ocelon. A lot of control, a lot of feeling out. Flame blocked by Rex Ronde. Freaky's up in the air. He's got the go in front of him, but Burrito B sends that to the corner. Will chase this around, but no boost. He's got Ocelon as an option, but that was not squeaky clean.
No, that was certainly not clean. We've seen this a few times from Method, something happening like that. And of course, immediate capitalization by Niels Cook. They go for a double commit. They're back, but not in the best of positions. Both players didn't hit the ball. Niels Cook just waits in the middle and scores the first goal.
I like to think of it as an avalanche effect here, FaZe, where one problem then just creates another problem down the line. And that was just not being able to be back in time for the follow-up attack. Method down by 1 goal, but with 3 minutes 30 still remaining. There's tons of time left in this one. Rex Ronde, a pop that he didn't particularly want, but will be able to grab that middle boost, and they have got the ground. Ocelon onto the ball, unfortunate whiff from him. Rhea B following through. Ball up into the ceiling, down for Rex Ronde, Freaky. Good block on out, Ocelon will follow through. That's up high in the sky. Ocelon looking to get off the backboard as Flame puts that across. Rex Ronde winding up, but no one in center to be able to receive that, maybe a bit too hard into the backboard. Veloce at the moment just have Method's number, and they're not allowing them any chances to get anywhere near that net.
Yeah, and that is so weird, because these first 2 minutes have been mostly attacks from Method. They're trying to set something up, but they don't. They only have 1 shot, while Veloce has 4. That shouldn't happen. With the aggressiveness that Method has shown us, they should be more successful at creating shots and chances, but every time they put the ball towards the middle or towards somewhere, the shot doesn't come out.
Close. Method hold on by the skin of their teeth, otherwise they'd be 2-0 down at this point. Burrito B tries his darndest. Ocelon as well. Trying to just be a tank and force that ball through, but it won't work. Niels being able to get us to the corner, and you've seen a lot of slow plays come out here, FaZe. It is quite peculiar, but that is not that. It's beautiful.
That's not the first double tap of Flame. Early he pulled something off like this too. There was a dunk. Now he puts it under the defender and scores it in. And like you were saying, Veloce plays it slow, and I think that's really smart. We've seen that Method is prone to double committing and want to speed up the play. Well, if you have to wait in defense and break and then use boost again to speed up, you'll be out of position. You won't have the boost to go anymore or the momentum to keep everything up. And that's been working, because Veloce only had 2 good chances, well, maybe 3, and they scored them both.
Well, the conversion ratio is looking pretty darn good. Actually, I'm saying that, and Niels Cook has had 5 shots registered. Method have only had 1, and it just shows that each of Veloce's shots have been on target. They have been threatening. Method can't say the same for them. They've been very high, wider than that, so it doesn't get registered down, but they have had a lot of aggression. It's just these finishing touches. You can see that Niels Cook being able to block it out, going to chase this down to the corner. Freaky now up high. That's prime for Flame to put his car in the way. Block that out, put all this aggression on Freaky. Up high in the scene, a little bit of a whiff of a hit, but again, round is in favor for Veloce. So this little run from Burrito B, but ball just handed over. It's almost like they're just wanting to fling it towards net, but no actual rhyme or reason, or even a single way to get that into the goal.
It looks like they are like, we need to attack. and that's it. They do nothing more than we need to attack. No passing plays, no backboard plays, just putting it forward every time without putting some thought behind it. And you need that strategy. You need that one thing that you're good at as a team that's hard to counter. Because right now, this is the first pass I've seen in this series from Method.
Sort of reminds me in a weird way. I'm going to bring this out. Is that at the moment, Method feel very similar to your character in the D&D campaign that we're playing at the moment. The Barbarian just continuous hits, but doesn't actually get much done. The opposite end is our wizard, Jar of Jam, who is just putting, just the single hit finishes the job. And it is a very odd case right now. Veloce just doing what needs to be done. Nothing more, nothing less. They're allowing Method to play instant. But Method, even with arguably the stronger position on this pitch, being able to just hammer out the attack time and time again, get no goals at all. Game 1 concludes 2-0. That's not pretty for Method right now.
Yeah, but there's a little spark of hope for Method. The last 30 seconds, last 40 seconds, they did develop some chances still. And there were 2 passing plays after each other, looking for each other in the offense. They're not just handing over ball possessions like they did before. If they can keep doing that, if they can keep up the passing plays, they might be able to pull something out. But it just looked like Veloce is just so dominant.
It does. I'm feeling Veloce were able to mix up a lot of things. Like we saw just a solo play come out from Flamey there, which was not expecting at all, to be honest, to just be able to pull that out of the bag. But Method, I'm feeling they need to send Ocelon in for those solo attempts and then have Rix or Burrito B just ready to swoop in and sort of play janitor duty and just clean up that spill afterwards. At the moment, what they're doing is not working. It looks good, but it's not getting the results.
No, but they did have a lot of shots at the end of the session here again, but 2 players go for the same ball, and it's good that they get a center out of it, because 2 players went for the same ball, there was no other aggressive player that could have followed up on the next ball. And that's the important one, the rebound, the backward pass, and nobody was there, and there went the first good chance for Method, just out of the window.
Yeah, Burrito B going to be able to keep this ball a-rolling. Ocelon, let's hit it towards that backboard. Ball hit on out. Rix Ronde needs to get a pitch, but Freaky blocks it. Going to gain so much ground, so much aggression as Freaky is trying to look for a pass into the middle. Flame, Nils, not fancying that, so they go on the retreat. I like it, being safe, calculating the threat, and once again, the attack just not coming through from Method.
Oh, and here's Veloce again. Ball goes to the middle. Freaky was waiting there, takes the slow play, tries to double tap it to the middle. But 3 defenders of Method were waiting and they can simply clear it out. But again, we see Veloce trying something different, not going for the instant shot. And he almost made it into the first goal again.
It almost feels like with Veloce, if they don't have 2 players downfield and they don't think they can for 100% get that goal, they'll just retreat. They're playing this super safe, but in the same sense, it's not that old sort of ping pong style, which I'm going to frankly say is quite boring, that you normally see when teams play safe, isn't it, Face? This is actually quite in your face. They're going for good interceptions. They're waiting to instigate a play, and then they'll either commit if they feel it's good. If not, they'll just back off. They're quite happy to regain boost and make sure that they're ready for every single opportunity.
Yeah, but I also think it's smart from Veloce to do that. Try to bait out the Method squad. They are prone to double committing in the offense. They try to overextend a little bit further than they should, and in defense make little mistakes. Just keep on doing like this, and maybe you won't see that many goals in like a normal series, but you will see a quite dominant Veloce.
Rix Ronde does get a block. Freaky though comes in to clean it up. Burrito B, oh, just past Flamey's reach, and that's the first goal for Method, and an important one as it opens up this game 2.
That was a good shot from Burrito B coming out of nowhere. Veloce took it too much time, and Flame couldn't reach the ball. Maybe he was a little bit surprised of Burrito because it looked like he should have, or he didn't have the boost for it. But then Method do grab their lead in the second game.
I expect a few Boris Pogs in chat after that one. 2 minutes 40 remaining. Oh, no! Make it 2-0 for Method. Ocelon being able to creep this one in. Some call him the Post Whisperer.
And that was a little bit too passive from Veloce. Of course, Flame missed on the backboard. It happens. Sometimes everybody misses a ball. But this last defender was a little bit too far back and waited. And that shot from Ocelon was just amazing. And now it's a 2-0 lead for Method. Now Veloce has to come out of their defense. They can't comfortably sit back consistently right now if they're 2 goals down.
And at the same time, you might think this has given Method some confidence after losing that first game without getting a single goal. Coming into game number 2 now, they should be pretty much evens in the mental department of the game. Burrito B definitely getting a bit ambitious up in the air with that. Not enough boost to follow on. Definitely see as well, Method, they're running those cars dry. They don't mind being super low on boost. I definitely wouldn't mind when you got Burrito B trying little cheeky attempts like that. Rix has got himself into a tricky position in that corner, but pre-jumps and pre-reads that so well.
Certainly do, but we look at a Veloce who's aggressive right now. They try to lock up Method in their half, and that can become very dangerous because if they keep doing this, Method might get a counter in very soon. But they haven't yet, but it's been scary a few times.
Definitely has. A minute gone by without a goal. Maybe that will change any second now as Rix Ronde seems a little bit shaky up in the air. Neil seeing that as well. Oslon going to be able to get the block. Rightfully now, I can imagine Method just wanting the part of the bus. Another double commit. As Rix Ronde does get that, but Oslon tried his chances. A good attempt from Rix Ronde into the post. Not going to work here, Freaky. Beaten by Burrito B, as he read that early. Oh, up high for Ocelon. Just going to try and slow this down. Keep this floating around in the air. Make it as safe as possible. With Flame on the ball, you can't be too safe. Just wide of the net. Veloce still 2 goals down, but with 45 seconds remaining, time is ticking away.
Yeah, and it looks like Method got it. They found each other. They started passing more. This ball again, of course, Burrito didn't predict it, so this could be dangerous, but Oslon is there and plays it out. But they're finding each other, they're passing, and that's the most important part for them. They're not sticking together on the same spot, they're saving the important shots too to keep it close. But this Method looks way healthier than the one in the previous one.
We can still see some... Oh, I nearly thought Flamey was thinking of it again. Rix Ronde not going to get a case of deja vu there. Oh, up high in net. 43 boost on Freaky. Chances still on, but this is pretty much a no-hope situation. No. We're done. Can Freaky get onto the back of that? No. Unfortunate. Method. Now, you could say this is a case of deja vu, but things are a little bit different right now. Colors have swapped around. Face, what changed in that game? What changed in... I'm going to say that 20-second period where Method got those 2 goals. What changed there for them to suddenly be able to turn the tables on Veloce?
Well, the second goal is easy. Flame missed the ball, and that was a goal for Oslon. Well placed, though, not to discredit him in that way. But Veloce didn't finish this time. They tried to set up some plays, but because they got behind earlier on, they couldn't play back more like they wanted to and get Method out. And I don't know if you watched Burrito, but every time the camera goes onto his car, he's pulling some galaxy brain stuff and keeping the ball in their end, getting that one corner that they didn't expect to get, and then 2 seconds later you see him just flying across the field out of nowhere. I didn't know what happened right there. But he's been playing smart, and I want to see that more, because if Burrito plays smart, he will enable Rix in a better way than he would if he goes fast.
That is definitely it. The difference for me is just the team plays were so much better in game number 2. They were linking up more effectively. The double commits weren't double commits as such. You would see the player behind do it pre-jump, which is still a little bit iffy for my liking, as these teams, of course, are still technically getting warmed up. Game number 3 getting underway, and this should be firing on all cylinders for both sides. So a win here puts you onto match point, which can be all the most important. So that'll set you up for the following game. Right up there in Cloud 9, feeling real good. Niels, not wanting a result, try to force that through. Freaky, not going to be able to do it. Bounce the ball, Flame, retreating, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
If you can't guarantee a goal, Veloce, don't risk it, especially for the opening goal.
That's completely true, and that's why Flames hit back. It was just so small, because even though he could have gotten a touch on the ball without any issue probably, but Freaky and Nielskuk had 0 boost, so it doesn't matter what he does. If he doesn't score it, they will forfeit possession anyway. So it's smarter to stay back, create time for your teammates to rotate back, and set up the next attack, and just wait for it. You don't have to go all out every second.
Ruby, that's going to go into curvature straight down. We tried to follow through, got cut off by Niels. Oslon on his own, going for the solo play. He's got past one, not able to get past the crossbar as that denies. Ball up high in the air. Niels going to try and keep that up for a little longer. Double commit as Freaky jumps onto the ball. Won't hurt them. Follow-up attack wasn't able to put it on target, not able to be threatened enough from net, and that's because they're also trying to regain some boost now, Method. They have got their tanks full, they have got them, so they should break away. We're going to see a good build up here. Rix Ronde, unfortunately, just going wide, but here comes the follow through. Brilliant hit there from Burrito B. Follow up from Oslon. Solo play to come out. He's got the flip reset, he's got the hit, but the crossbar, too much for him to be able to handle.
There we see the solo plays from Oslon that he's learned in his 1v1 and his 2v2. He almost makes it in, but he doesn't. And now Veloce, it looks a little bit more like game 1, but this can turn out to be game 2 yet again. It depends who scores first. I think if Veloce takes a goal this game, they'll take it. They will play the defensive style again and Method won't break them. But if Method in somehow does manage to break the defense of Veloce, I think they will try to keep on and get that extra courage that they need to take this game.
Definitely enjoying Oslon and Flamey's little aerial attempts so far in this game. The problem just being they've got to go so high to get past the defenders. That crossbar is just, you know, they're walking the line with it. Definitely trying to be careful here. Flamey being able to cut that off. A good follow through from Niels. Freaky thought better of it. Retreats. Flame able to get the block and send it across. This is a war of attrition down the midfield, but with no one back, that's the last line of defense broken.
Rix has been a little antsy this series. He wants to go and he wants to go fast. We've seen him pre-jump some different balls. We've seen him going up for balls when he could have waited, because if a defender touches it, you can get it again. And here again, he goes up for a ball as the last man, couldn't meet it in time and got beat out. And then Veloce does take the lead. I want Rix to be a little bit more thoughtful when he should go and when he shouldn't go. I think it would help with Method a lot.
Really would. We're starting to get into a bit of a comfortable situation here for Veloce. I'm expecting them to once again not take many risks. Just look to put on basically a chokehold onto their opponents. Keep on just banging it left, right, and centre like that. Rix Ronde with an aerial dribble won't be able to get past Flame. This is just teetering on the edge. Flame trying to go for that bump onto Burrito B. Didn't connect. Burrito B does get the connection there. Wanted to get the follow through, but Freaky cuts it out so well. Rix Ronde with a second touch, but Freaky's there once again. Cat-like reflexes from the German.
Certainly, and there is Niels Cook also with a save. 2 double touches from the side of Method, who barely didn't go in. If we were back like 2 seasons again, those were certainly in because nobody expects you to pull them off. But right now, that's just normal. If someone goes up for double taps, like, hey, he's gonna get it. Let me just jump up and meet him between the ball and we're good. And that's what Veloce did. They retained their lead and the clock is slowly ticking down. With only a 1-0 lead, Method can still come back, but they have to hurry up a little bit.
Really do. Time is taken away once again. We just saw the 1 minute remaining title come up on screen. We'll get the 30 seconds remaining pretty soon. Players get that as well, unless they've turned it off, of course. But that is just nerve-wracking right now. They saw how game number 1 closed out. Near enough nothing given. Once again, Veloce on the attack. Burrito B trying something a little bit different, a little bit tricky. It is read out and Freaky once again just send that back to the back lines. They don't want them past that midfield line right now. Veloce are parking this bus and it's down to their opponent's end of the field.
10 seconds Method need to come up with a plan. Here's a pass to Burrito, but it doesn't connect. Ball again towards the end of Method. Oslon tries to put it to the side, but he puts it to the ground, and that's then a 2-1 lead for Veloce. So that means they're at match point, and it looks like they're gonna take their 5th win.
So let's go over the mental aspects of this, because Method, a loss here is pretty much dooming for them. We're saying pretty much. They could still come back. They would have to somehow 3-0 their way through every other game remaining. But the critical games against Veloce, against Complexity, they've lost. And those are the 2 opponents, basically 1 of the 2, and they've been very happy. But here, if they lose the Veloce, they could be in dire straits moments, and you do not want that. They can come back, of course. We saw what they did in game number 2. They only lost this one by a single goal. Method just need a little bit of a strategy change, I feel, here, FaZe, to be able to pull out the win.
Yeah, me too. But it also means if Method loses this game, they'll be fighting for the 3rd and 4th place. But if they win this game, they're a big contender for that 2nd place and maybe even 1st place spot. But it doesn't look like they can, because it's not working for them. It just feels like sometimes Veloce just is like outclassing them in individual aspect. Their strategy just counters a bit what Method wants to do, and it's not like coming together right now for Method. Rix, again, a little bit too antsy on the ball, doesn't get it, puts Ocelon in a hard situation, and Veloce can set up again.
We'll have to see what's going to happen, what is going through the minds of Method. What I do know, though, FaZe, is that we need Twitch chat to send them their energy. Guys, we want to see some more charts. Who are you backing on this pitch? Who are you sending all your feel-good feelings to? So we've got 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Flame trying to get off the backboard. Freaky's going to be first up. Blocked by Burrito B. Flame. This is darndest. Good follow-up from Niels, but that was even better from Burrito B. Interceptions today have been so important for these two sides. They know each other so well, and Ocelon knows that back of the net. A quick redirect, and God, was that quick. 139 kph.
And that's where we see a team play that we want to see from Method. It's hard for them to outclass them in a 1v1 situation. But when you pull off these shots and these passes, they will sink into the net, if you pointed out, with what, 139 kilometers per hour. Those are almost insavable. And now Method take the leads once again. And we've seen that in the previous match number 2. They also took the lead pretty early on, and they kept a good stranglehold on it. But can they do it again? Because Veloce only needs one more win, so they can play a little bit more risky if they want to.
They really can. That could open up a whole can of worms here. If Veloce finally work out a strategy which could be dominant, because we can't say a 2-0 win is a dominant victory, can we?
No, certainly not, but it's good enough. And that's what both teams are looking for. Is a good shot. Burrito shoots it away from Ocelon, who might not have gotten it. So they keep their lead, but it's getting close. Veloce is hungry, and I don't know if Method can keep them at bay. It's looking very scary sometimes.
No, I'm a bit back and forth. You can see that Method are trying to pull out these defenders. They're wanting a one-on-one situation and trying their chances. Ocelon not being able to get that chance. Freaky being by Rix. Rix now needs an option towards the center, but unfortunately also needs a little bit more boost, as that was given away. Ocelon bounced off the backboard, but no one there. Neil's on a run. He's got Freaky towards the center. He's tried the pass, and he has succeeded. Freaky reading the play so well. 200 IQ on this lad.
That was insanely done by Freaky. The amount that he was forward of Rix and just jumping right there is amazing, and that gets the tie game back in. I just want to point out one more thing. When we saw Rix going for that solo play on the ceiling, I think he shouldn't. It's maybe a little bit of a call out, but Method is only thinking about attacking and not defending. Rix should just create time for his teammates to get back, to get a good position, because they both went for a high ball, which they couldn't reach. And now he put them in an awkward spot because they couldn't rotate back in time and they got scored upon.
Talked about earlier, the avalanche effect. Seen it twice now from Method. Real pain. Niels up high. This is dangerous still. Rix pulls off because Burrito B's there, and again, double commits. One-on-one. Ocelon versus Flame. Flame tried to go for the fake, tried to pull it around. Not going to work this time. Burrito B going for the ground pinch. Not happening. It's Freaky. Very little boost. Does get the connection. Niels does follow on. Lots of back and forth here. A lot of follow-through plays. I'm loving that, where you've got a teammate to be able to come on later down the line. Infield passes not seemingly working so well. These teams are well versed in how to defend against them.
Yeah, I think infield passes aren't the best choice for Veloce at the moment. I think they should be looking for the backboard more. We see that Method, when they rotate back in defense, they normally rotate towards the net, because that's where the ball's probably gonna be. And if Veloce utilized the backboard a little bit more, I think that could be very dangerous.
Oh, this is dangerous right now. No one's in net. And where is Method? Not expecting the whiffs to come out from Veloce. Veloce are lucky. They've got a Guardian Angel shining above. So they stay 1-1 in this game.
And whoever scores the next goals will be in a good position. Of course, for Veloce, they only have to take one more. For Method, they have to take 2. But 1 goal is enough to make it maybe to game number 5.
All right, 54 seconds. Everybody keep it calm. We can't say game 5 is happening just yet. I hope for it. I don't care who wins, realistically. I love both these two teams' faces. But game 5, I do want that.
Yeah, I certainly would like to see that too. There's of course maybe also a little bit of a rivalry here between Niels Koek and Burrito and Rix. They have played before on certain Dutch tournaments and lands. They don't do that anymore. Maybe it's of course because of contract restriction. Maybe because it's for other reasons I wouldn't know, and I wouldn't dare to say if there's any other reason for it. But I think it's both important for them to be known as one of the better Dutch players in RLRS.
If only you had interviews, you could ask that, you know, but alas, not to be. Last 15 seconds remaining. Method on the attack. Good block from Freaky, but Riggs is there. High straight into the air. Flame going to get that past. Ocelon. You can see now it's just hit it downfield, keep it in the blue end. Just close it on out, and then we've got game 5 on our hands. Will be kept up, of course you keep it up. It's rule 1 of Rocket League. And unfortunately, further down the lines, you'll learn that as soon as the ball hits the ground, that's the end of the game. And game 4 is ending up with Method on top.
You know what the odd thing would be? When Method win this, we're in EU. We always say that EU is so deep. Well, Veloce has beaten Complexity earlier today. Those were the 2 favorites for the number 1 spot. And Method got swept by Complexity early on. And we maybe get that like trifecta again where that team went from that team. But I thought at the beginning of this RLRS, Method has a really good chance to be up there in the top 2 and maybe get that chance at RLCS that they always wanted. But when it started out and they were 1 and 2, I was like, well, it's probably not going to work out for them. But when I see this, I'm like, there's like that one Method that's just so good that it doesn't matter who their opponents are. They can take it, but we don't see that every game. It's not a consistent series, but some certain games are just bright spots for them.
And I'm looking at this game, Face, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think necessarily this is the best game from both sides, but it's because they're going up against each other. Strategy is coming into it. And Method aren't looking as good because they're not allowed to play their normal strategies. They're not able to play that quick, hard and fast way that they love to, because Veloce are doing simple things like that, close following ups on the ball, and then demos as well. It just counters Method.
It certainly does, but if we look at the first like 30 seconds of this match, it looks like Veloce wants to speed it up, and they can even outpace Method with this goal.
You start bringing up the first 30 seconds of this match. Niels, he brings up the goal. Puts that directly on target. Brilliant pass over from Flame. Straight from the midfield mark. You can see getting close to that net, getting in close is not working. You really got to catch each other off guard in this game.
You certainly have, and Method hasn't been that good in catching the opponents off guard. Veloce had a better deal of that. Here again, Niels Koek just out of nowhere. How did he do that?
My mind is blown. This looked like an error in defense to me. Niels on target, and players not set up right for it. Like, I don't know. That should be, in my mind, ready for the player in the front post to be able to cut across goal to clear that way. And that second man should have been there ready for the far side of the post. So wires getting crossed for Method here. So close to being able. They've got following close Method. I want to see him hounding a lot of shadow plays right now because Veloce are really spaced out, aren't they?
Yeah, they certainly are. But we've seen that what happens when Method starts hounding. They start double committing a lot more too. So I'm not sure if that's the right call right now. Those 2 goals, they were very early on. They can still recuperate. They've been looking quite fine. Veloce is trying to speed up the play, which is good for Method. So I would like to see just Method keep a hold on this. You'll get your chances. Just don't mess up in defense.
Just don't do this, unfortunately. Rix tried his hardest, but Flame, where he was moving towards the ball, had all that momentum, was able to carry that into the air and just beat Rix Ronde to the ball. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. A goal every 1 minute and 5 seconds from now. Like, that's really doable still, but it's going to take so much gusto, so much strength, so much willpower, spirit, all of that fairy tale goodness. And at the moment, it does feel like it would be a fairy tale for Method to be able to turn around what has been a very, very disastrous, villainous Game 5.
How did that not go in? It was such an open net. They could have closed out the series right there, but they didn't. But let's be honest, if we look at Veloce, they started out playing slow. But that worked for them. Now they're playing fast. That also works for them. And they're outpacing Method. Like here, an open net. This should never happen.
So I'm going to quickly hop on board with the Method players. Everyone in midfield, Rix Ronde, there was really caught off. So he had to commit to that jump. He was in the start of the rotate downfield, not expecting that massive just boomer downfield. And so it was in no man's land. Yeah. Decision making not going well.
No, but I also want to highlight, of course, Veloce. I don't know if they make these call-outs, some teams do. They call out which defender is back, because they can be really important. Like, there's a big difference between an Ocelon who's back or a Rix Ronde. Most goals that we've seen were with Rix in defense, like the flamey aerial that he just beat out. Here, Rix was, again, too far up. And let's be honest, Rix is not on the team for his defense. Rix is on the team for his offense. He's a scoring machine when he's just having a good day and everything connects. He just puts in everything from every angle. And in defense, he's not that stable man. Burrito and Ocelon are way more stable in defense. But you need that for goals.
That's what we're talking about.
And there is Rix.
This is exactly what we want. Rix, you're not allowed in the last 25%. You know what you got to do? Be around that midfield. Wait for this. Be essentially what a lot tries to deny. And that's a cherry picker because it blooming works. 1 goal down. Time still there on the board. 3 goals in 1 minute 40. I challenge Method to attempt this because they've got nothing else to do right now. So let's do it. Ocelon.
Oh. No, not again. Oh.
Both went silent because this, I want to say it's almost cringeworthy. You could see the error coming up and just jaw to the floor. Cannot believe this. Method moments looking so darn good and others looking like they're just learning the ropes of RLRS. And this is one of the most sort of veteran teams in the RLRS. Of course, they're going against Veloce, the X-Team secret side, and they know a thing or two. But this is more of what we expect from Method. What is going on in this match?
I have no clue. Like, their goals have been great. There have been passing plays, hard shots into the net, unsavable. And then you look at, wow, Veloce, they scored 5 goals. They must have been doing pretty great. No, they've been mostly just open nets. And it's a little bit laughable because we're at this level that open nets shouldn't be a thing. But this is just, I don't know what's happening at the Method side, but they have to clean up their act if they want to stay into RLRS. That's what they're looking at right now.
Flame, that's another open. Oh, lucky. Into the crossbar and out. Freaky looking for a pass, not going to be able to connect. He dodged away to allow that ball to stick to the corner. Because again, just park the bus. That's all Veloce have to do. They've got 30 seconds. They're 3 goals up. 99% of the time, this would be Veloce's win already sealed. But it's that 1% of the time which Method are looking for. Blocks coming out from Freaky. Good connection as well as he's able to charge onto that Flame. Retreats back to defense as Neil jumps in. So we're talking about parking the bus. Block after block after block comes out from Veloce. Not allowing that ball to be kept in the grasps of Method, and when this ball hits the ground, that is Veloce going 5-0 in league play. A little own goal, it'll be allowed. That's because it was so far ahead.
Let's be honest, I think this is the best goal that Veloce scored in this game. That redirect from Freaky, man, that angle that he had there, that was just amazing. I want to highlight a little bit more about that. But yeah, Veloce just locked in their top 2 spot. And Method, they are fighting for that 3rd and 4th spot.
Yeah. I was not expecting these teams to be at this. You know, you were talking about that trifecta. I was sort of looking to that this season, expecting Method, Veloce, and Complexity to sort of be able to take one off each other and then round things out quite nicely. But with that, Veloce, with 2 more games still to go, have arguably secured themselves into top 4. One more win, and that is them secured into top 2 by all records.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing for them. I know that Team Secret has been trying to get that RLCS spot back after they got dropped out. But last season, you had out of nowhere Bluey, Devo, and Alpha show up, and they just almost walked through the qualifiers, walked through the RLRS, and walked through the play-in for RLCS.
Mm-hmm.
And now with not a few RLCS players teaming up again in this, I think they have a really good chance of getting there. Of course, there's still Complexity out there, even though they did beat Complexity today. I think Complexity is still the most dangerous team in this.
Well, that's to be expected. So after that sort of, I would say, running the DreamHack Open qualifiers for Leipzig, everyone suddenly went, Flakes is a god. So we'd known from the EU community scene that Flakes was great, but he never sort of had a team to be able to shine on. And then out of nowhere, this random join up where I think it was Magnus going, oh yeah, we just asked him with 4 hours left until signups closed because he was the last option. And I don't know, after the bad juju from the season before, it all added up to now Complexity looking like arguably one of the top teams in Europe. And they got beaten by Veloce. It just shows the level that EU has in that it comes down to the day anyone can beat anyone. And I'm excited for this because that means we got sort of one team we're expecting to snag that #1 spot in RLRS, but that #2 spot, oh, there is so many guys fighting for that. So I'm just
sorry that I'm laughing, but your dog is behind you on the left, just rolling on the bed. It looks so cute.
He's a good dog. He knows when to just chill out and watch some RLRS. Trained well. But with that, we're going to have to head on over to a break. It's going to be a 15-minute break as we wait for the next match to get started. It will be on the hour. So you guys have enough time to quickly go away, make yourself a drink. For me, I'll probably be making another coffee because we're going to get stuck in to what is my highlight match of the entire evening. Sorry, Method and Veloce, but ARG and Riot Overs. This is one I'm excited for. I hope you are too. We'll be back after this break.